and welcome to HW News. Almost a month after the lockdown that was introduced in the country on March 24th, the central government has taken steps to restore normalcy in several parts of the country. For the first time since lockdown, the central government has not categorized the shops that are allowed to open into essential services versus non-essential services. So, the Ministry of Home Affairs issued an order, a midnight order, in which they have allowed certain shops to function without the categorization of essential or non-essential. However, the lockdown is not yet over and not the pandemic also. So, there are certain conditions on which shops to be allowed. However, the categorization part is not there, but there are certain conditions regarding the social distancing norm, regarding the staff that can be allowed to be function in the shops, etc. So we will talk about today this and the list of shops that are allowed to open. However, after there was some confusion, there were no specifications in the first order what shops will be allowed to open or not, and after that the Central Ministry of Home Affairs issued another press release in which they categorically spoke about what are the shops that are allowed to open in the rural areas and what are the shops that are allowed to open in urban areas. However, they also clarified that liquor shops, which many have been talking about opening the liquor shops, that is not happening. That's what the Ministry of Home Affairs has clarified today. So let us go through the entire list. But first of all, I am going to read out the exact statement that Ministry of Home Affairs orders, the midnight order, spoke about. Amending its April 15 order, the Union Home Ministry said that all shops, including neighbourhood shops and standalone shops in residential complexes within the limits of municipal corporation and municipalities registered under the Shops and Establishment Act of the respective state and union territories will be allowed to open during the lockdown. However, the exemptions will not be given in hotspot and containment areas. It issued a clarification also, and in the clarification, it talked about what the earlier order implied. It said that the order implied that in rural areas, all shops except those in shopping malls are allowed to open. In urban areas, all standalone shops, neighbourhood shops and shops that are in residential complexes are allowed to open. Shops in markets or market complexes and shopping malls are not allowed to open. It further said that it is clarified that sale by e-commerce companies will continue to be permitted for essential goods only. And then next, it is further clarified that the sale of liquor and other items continues to be prohibited as specified in the National Directives for COVID-19 Management. However, there is still a lot of confusion regarding what remains open and what remains closed after this order by MHA. And let me list out what exactly will remain open and what exactly will remain shut after this order by Ministry of Home Affairs. Let us first start with what remains open from today onwards. All shops registered under the Shops and Establishment Act of the respective state and union territory, including those which are in residential complexes, market complexes and outside the municipal corporation and municipalities, have been exempted from lockdown restrictions. Secondly, only standalone shops and residential shops can open in the cities. Non-essential goods and services will be allowed to operate in urban areas only if they are in residential areas or are in a standalone shops. Now let us talk about what cannot open. Malls and cinemas will remain shut. Complexes with clusters of shops cannot open. Shops in multi-brand and single-brand malls outside the limits of municipal corporation and municipalities are not exempted by the new order. Shopping complexes, shops in market complexes, multi-brand and single-brand malls cannot open. Boutiques inside the malls cannot open. Liquor shops will remain shut. Apart from that, swimming pool, gymnasiums, parks, etc., these are all closed down. So this was the list of what remains open and what remains closed after the MHA order from today onwards. However, the state of Assam has decided that it will not follow the relaxation that has been given by the MHA order and it will continue with the stringent restriction. On the other hand, the Uttar Pradesh has also completely banned public gathering till June 30th. So now it is up to the states whether they want to follow the MHA guidelines or whether they want to continue with the stringent lockdown. As I told you yesterday as well, Chennai, Coimbatore, Salem, Tirupur are some of the districts in Tamil Nadu which will be witnessing a complete lockdown for next 4 days starting from Sunday. So some states will be deciding on whether to carry out this relaxation, whether to implement these relaxations or not. Meanwhile, this lockdown will go on till May 3rd, and what will happen after that Prime Minister Narendra Modi will discuss with the state chief ministers on April 27th in the video conferencing. Till then, stay tuned to HW News. You can also log on to our website www.hwnews.in for more news and updates.
Now be the first to know about the latest updates on our new news app. Go on your Android or iOS, search for HW News Network. Download our app, choose the language you prefer to get updates in, and be up to date with the latest news.